Sebastian Vettel-Martinez with MMA Unit and Studio MMA here with Ultimate Fighter Season 17 winner Kelvin Gastelum. Now, you won the 17th season of the Ultimate Fighter, but I have to ask, how good does it feel to be out of that house?
It definitely feels good, man. The hardest thing I think for me was just not being able to communicate with my family. But other than that, I had a good experience in the house. But I'm glad it's over with now.
I can imagine. Now, you had the opportunity to train with Ronda Rousey during your stay in the house, and she's going to be one of the next coaches for the next season of the Ultimate Fighter. As someone who's trained with her, how do you feel she's going to be as a coach?
She's got a lot of knowledge, I think, and she's got a great group of guys that have helped her be where she is now. So I think it's going to be a great season, and I think they're going to be able to learn a lot from her.
Now, obviously, we can imagine that her judo background was something that she displayed. Was there anything else in particular that she helped you with?
Not really. There wasn't really much that she was able to cover. The little bit of time that she was there, but whatever whatever she did show was awesome. Some high level stuff.
And it must have been a pretty different experience of actually being in the house and being there and training, and then actually seeing it filmed afterwards. How big of a difference was it seeing yourself on the show and actually being on the show?
It's actually pretty weird. Seeing yourself on TV is pretty weird. It was definitely a new experience for me, but exciting at the same time. But I had a good time, and they filmed the show very, very well.
And you don't feel like you or anyone else was portrayed differently?
No, I don't. People think, but no. Everybody was portrayed as I remember them from the house.
And you were obviously on Team Sonnen, and later went on to win the show. How much did that brief stay just improve your overall MMA game? Training with Chael Sonnen.
Oh yeah, obviously he's a great wrestler, and I learned even more great wrestling skills from him. And I think just being there, I was able to grow more as a fighter. I had a lot of good training partners, like high level training partners. So, I definitely grew as a fighter there in the house.
Now you're coming off a huge win over Uriah Hall, and your next opponent will be Paulo Thiago, a UFC on Fox Sports 1. A bit of a veteran who's faced a lot of big names, Martin Kampmann, Diego Sanchez. How do you see Thiago as an opponent?
You know what? He's a tough guy, and I have a lot of respect for him. And he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's got a real traditional game, but at the same time, real dangerous. And he's got really heavy hands. And a lot of knockout power. I seen him knock out Josh Koscheck, and submit Mike Swick and go at it with Martin Kampmann. So he's definitely a tough fight, man. But I chose him because I think I'm able to win. So and I'm preparing for this fight pretty well, and I'm excited for this next fight.
And how does it feel to be down at welterweight now? Obviously, your last fight was in middleweight.
It's going to be my first time at welterweight, so the weight cut's going good, and I feel strong.
And just getting back to the fight and round off a bit, in what way would you say Kelvin Gastelum beats Paulo Thiago?
I think my boxing, whether it goes on stay standing up or whether it goes on the ground, I think my boxing is a little bit better than his, more crisp, and he throws kind of loopy, but still has a lot of power. But I think I'm going to be able to capitalize on and he leaves his chin up, so I think I'm going to be able to capitalize on that and really catch him.
So you think he'll get him by knockout?
I hope so.
First round knockout. There we have a prediction right away. All right, well, this was Sebastian Vettel-Martinez with MMA Unit and Studio MMA here with Kelvin Gastelum, who faces Paulo Thiago, UFC on Fox Sports 1. Thank you very much, and we'll let you get back to Fan Expo.